everybody, it's Wendy. It occurred to me to maybe show you the entire process. Usually you just see me paint. So starting with this setup with the plastic over the bin to catch the paint. I have a piece of board underneath it, make everything nice and level. And then I'm putting some painter's tape on the back of the canvas. Now, when I do that, I do just a little bit away from the edge because I like the paint to wrap around the back. So I do all four, obviously. Okay, so as you can see, it's not quite at the edge. Okay. Now I take one of my popsicle sticks and I push down to make a nice seal. Hopefully the paint and the resin won't go underneath this and it'll stay on top. Now I have these great big thumbtacks. And they're gonna go in the corner, so you can't really see it, but I wanna be as close to this corner as possible. See, right there. So I'm looking for the corner. Now make sure that it's level, ready to roll. Now I'm gonna mix up just one of the colors so you can see how I mix my paints. So I have a handy dandy little squirt bottle here. I reset my scale. Now what I use is for each part of paint, I use twice as much floetrol and 3/4 as much water. So my recipe for this bottle, I even have it in my little notebook here. I highly recommend you take notes on your own stuff. So this will be 80 milligrams floetrol, 40 milligrams paint, 30 milligrams water. So let's do that. 80 milligrams floetrol. Start with that. I got 81. Close enough. Now, I'm gonna open this up here. Should probably have my gloves on, but I'll get there. All right. 40 of the paint. I don't know if you can see. I should probably bring you down a little bit closer. Hang on. How's that? Can you see now? Okay. So I'm doing 40, 25, 28, 31, 34, I'm just gonna put one extra drop. Come on. Only because I wound up going to like 82 on the floetrol. Now, reset, and I need 30. Oh, reset. I need 30 of water. This is the trickiest one. 25, 30. There we go. And then I just mix it up. Ready to roll. And I always label it. This is metallic purple. And it's by Artist Loft. Ready to go. All right, so now I've got my 14 by 14 canvas ready to roll. And I'm going to do kind of a beach, a beach swipe and tilt. So I'm gonna start with, again, all of these are mixed with floetrol and water, except for my white. I have a little bit of white here that I've added a few drops of silicone to, because I want it to give me some nice big cells across the top. So I'm gonna make the beach down here, right? With that, this is the Titanium Buff Deep by Amsterdam. And then I have some metallic dark brown, which I think would look really nice with that. Okay. And now I'll just gradually go with multiple colors up the canvas. So here I have some King's Blue, also Amsterdam, and I'll put a good layer of that in there. Then I have some cerulean. I'm just gonna have to take the top off and do it this way. Alright, what else we got here? I have some pearl turquoise, which should add some nice color to it. Some regular turquoise. Some metallic cobalt blue. See, I'm getting gradually with the greens and the blues. Here's some phthalo blue. And I have the greenish blue. Put a little bit more cerulean in here. And then I'm going to put some Prussian blue at the very end. Okay. Now, I'm going to turn this around, because I'm going to swipe from here down, see what we get. think I need a slightly wider. I'm going to do it with a paper towel in one big swipe. So, put that right there. And now I have my white. I hope this works. So I'm going to pour the white at the very top here. All right, from your perspective, the bottom. Okay. That's exactly what I wanted. Exactly what I wanted. And now I'm just going to tilt some. Stretch some of these out. Maybe even to the side here. Hi, honey. Okay, that came out exactly the way I wanted it to. Touching up the sides here a bit. That's going to look fantastic with a layer of resin on it. Let me bring you down closer. So here it is closer. I love the way those cells came out with the white. I think I had a little too much of the dark brown, but I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. All right, so it's been in my baker's rack for about a week. Now it's time to resin it. All right, so it's dry. This actually had silicone in one of the paints, in the white paint, in order to make these great striations here. So I needed to wash it really well with some Dawn dishwashing liquid. So I did that. Otherwise the resin won't stick to it. So now we're ready to put some resin on it. Now this is a 14 by 14. I'll be putting, I think, about 4 ounces on it. So I'll start with 2 ounces of, I use art resin. It's designed specifically to put over art pieces. So 2 ounces of this. And 2 ounces of the resin itself. That was the hardener. Go up to 4 ounces. Oh. Now to mix it all up. Okay, all mixed, ready to roll. my spreader. This is a 3/16 spreader. The teeth are 3/16 deep. I actually have a couple of these, and this is to make sure that I spread it evenly. Without this, I've needed to put support on the back of the paintings because resin is kind of heavy and it'll pool in the middle of the canvas, and then the edges look like crap too. So using this spreads it very nicely. And I just spread it back and forth. Okay. Wipe it off so it's ready for the next one. Now I make sure that I've got all the edges. Now I want to get bubbles out. Now I was using a heat gun for this, and I stopped using the heat gun because all it did was blow dust onto the painting, and then I was forever picking dust out. So now I'm using my my torch. I just have to be careful not to get it too close because it'll actually burn the resin. Oh, I got a spot. I didn't. Okay. Let me see if I can get you closer so you can see the bubbles. Now's the tough part. Now I gotta find all the little pieces of dust. So I have my tweezers here. And I gotta look at an angle. So here's something. Piece of a hair. Okay, I think I got them all. Back into the rack for at least 24 hours. So it's been sitting for at least 24 hours, and now we're ready to take the stuff off the back. Makes it easy to take off the tape with all of the resin here is to pull the tape off as far as I can. Otherwise, when I hit it with the heat gun to melt the plastic, it just melts the tape glue and makes it even more difficult. So I go through and do that. Up the resin to loosen it up and so I can take the tape off. All right, so now that all the tape is off, some of these edges are a little rough. So all I do real quick is take a sanding block and just go over it a little bit. Doesn't need more than a couple of swipes. just to keep it from gouging somebody's wall. There. Now I sign it and hope that somebody will purchase it.